Hello, everyone. Welcome back to PACE 2022. I am Luna, and we're going to be going to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with Peas. Take it over.
You know, for the, oh, there it goes. I'll go ahead and just start over just in case, anything happens. Hello? Yeah, hello, I am Peas. And yeah, this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm usually known for the Monkey Ball speedruns, but that's actually going to be my second run of the marathon. But first and foremost, we're going to be going through some good old Mario Kart on this grand old Monday morning. Hope everyone is doing pretty well, and hopefully everyone will get their donations in. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. Normally, I would introduce my commentator, but she's already done that herself. Now you're good. But anyway, so we're going to jump into versus mode here. And you're going to notice that I'm going to be using Baby Daisy as opposed to Waluigi, because whenever people see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they usually think, oh, this is Waluigi on the Wiggler. Not for me. Nope. You're going to see very shortly as to why I would use lightweights over the heavyweight characters in this game, in particular Baby Daisy over Waluigi. So we're going to select the cute little baby, Besta Baby, and we're going to be using the Bitty Buggy, the red rollers or the blue rollers, whichever. And because, because, Daisy, Flower, usually I use the Cloud Glider, but in this special case, we're gonna match and just use the Sunflower. All right. So these are the rules. We're going to be doing 150cc retro tracks. Since there are 16 tracks for the retros, they're going to be done in order. And we're going to start from Moo Moo Meadows and go all the way to N64 Rainbow Road. So I am ready to get this run out of the way. Let's get racing. Would you count me down, Luna? Would you have the honors?
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do this. Alrighty, so our first track will be Moo Moo Meadows from Mario Kart Wii, and because I'm on cartridge, this game's going to take years to load, so we're gonna ignore that. Alrighty, so first and foremost, we're going to be starting in last. Hold on. All right, there we go. I did not burn out. Let's go. Anyway, so in this game, when you start in a bottom spot, you're going to be starting with more coins, and that's going to be really good for. At least for the first track. Usually in 48 tracks, you would start with N64 Rainbow Road because it's very slow. But if you start with 5 coins in last, you're gonna be like pretty much fast. It's gonna be a little difficult to simply explain Mario Kart speedrunning. So really, all I'll be doing on this track is just snaking. And you might be wondering, why am I using lightweights? So if you ever played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and you may recognize like the tech called fire hopping, let me go wide because this is a terrible cow cycle. Especially where you're just hopping all over the place after you get an empty boost or you're off of a boost panel. They removed that in 8 Deluxe. Now the reason why I'll be hopping in some places is to either correct my line or to set up a very important drift. Or in some cases I will double hop to make sure my drifts come out just a teeny tiny bit faster. Here we're just going to do SMT into SMT, and that's pretty much it. Now I'm going to put my commentator on the spot here because this is actually her favorite track to time trial.
Oh God! Let me not get started on how I have freaking what was it? 12th US on 200cc? I don't remember.
Yeah, and this is a very difficult track to time trial in both 150 and 200. So good thing we got that out of the way.
Yep.
All right. All right, so we're going to move on to our next track, and funnily enough, this is the hardest track of the Cup in terms of very technical strats that I'm going to go for, and it's also going to introduce something that we like to call a no-item shortcut, also known as a NISC. But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about this. Oh, thanks, Pinkleby, for bumping me. We're going to talk a little bit about this game's competitive because from a personal standpoint, the speedrunning community and the competitive community kind of go hand in hand. It kind of teaches you the important things about Mario Kart, and speedrunning is a really good way to practice your driving overall. So, but in particular, this is one of the tracks that you don't really see, being picked for first. So, Luna, would you like to explain why this track is terrible online?
Oh boy, that NISC that Peas just did, kind of hard.
Yeah.
Also, this is not really a good track for first because usually there would be an item set at the boost pad behind the line, and everyone just goes for that box. Yeah,
usually at the beginning. So we like to call these bagging tracks, where the strategy here is to carry a power item into first. And if people are very intelligent enough to use the shock or the lightning item and predict it, you can get a dodge for free. And nice missed SMT or MT. That's really cool. Snaking moment.
That is a snaking moment indeed.
That's the best part about playing lightweights. Their mini turbos come out a little bit faster, but it's also easier to make little mistakes like missing very important snaking MTs and things like that. But it's okay. You lose like 0.2 depending on if you do it too early or things like that.
Also, you get bumped a lot.
Yes. Oh wow. Okay. There's no way I got 3 for 3 NISC that entire run, right?
I don't know, man.
Maybe I did. All right. So we're going to move on to our third track, and that would be Cheap Cheap Beach from Mario Kart DS. And this is actually our second baby track. When I say baby track, I mean the world record in time trials is held by a baby character, either Baby Peach, Baby Rosa, or Baby Daisy.
Don't forget Lemmy.
And Lemmy as well. For some reason, Lemmy's not a baby, but in this game, he's a lightweight, so he counts as a baby.
Yep.
And Baby Mario just bumps me. That's awesome. All right, so I get to talk about what I just did there. So that's called an empty glider, where in some cases, you can drift off of a glider and get an MT as opposed to tricking off of it. Because when you trick off of a glider, your speed resets to roughly 0. So basically, you can have the edge over your opponents if you drift off the glider in some places. Now, of course, I would say it's even. You can trick off of the glider, but in some cases like that, it's better to drift off of it and just get an MT. So. Now, this track in particular has very disgusting baby strats, and by that I mean a very disgusting snaking section that I'm going to have to perform here right after this turn. And here I'm going to do something called a neutral drift, where I'm not going to rotate my stick at all. I'm just going to let Baby Daisy drift here, and I'm going to go, what? Okay, cool. We did not hit Mr. Krabs. Awesome. All right, so yeah, that part is disgusting, where you have to just snake and hope that you don't make one little mistake there. So. Here, what you would just want to do, get that extra MT and then just charge a UMT and then bam, just straightforward here. Now, with all that stuff out of the way, this track is kind of underrated. You don't really see this being played online or in time trials in particular. Usually, the time trial scene tends to pick tracks that are either competitive or basically where... Fun fact, I use Baby Daisy because of one of the best time trials named Alberto. You might recognize some of the time trial videos that he does that uses Baby Daisy, and we're going to ignore that little rant that I missed there, but that's okay. We're just snaking. But basically, he's one of the only people in the time trialing community to break a lot of the tracks with lightweights. Even though Waluigi Bitty Buggy is the world record combo for the speedruns, if you're able to do baby strats very quickly, you can easily compete with the heavyweights. So we're going to be closing out the Shell Cup here with one of the worst tracks in the game. I like this track, but it's still cringe, and that is Toad's Turnpike. For one reason, it's RNG as to which cycle I get. We're going to find out and hope that I don't get bumped here. Do I get bumped? Oh, let's go. We did not get bumped. We're chilling.
Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so now's the perfect time to talk about why this track is actually good for inside drifting bikes. So those little turns right there, first, oh, this is not good. I have to go wide to snake here. So these little turns right here, inside drifting bikes are essentially like, using the Yoshi bike, the sport bike. It's basically, you're basically playing Mario Kart Wii with the exception of, honestly, I don't really, there's a little difference, but it's so, I don't really know how to put it into words, but let's just say it's not the same, TLDR. It's a lot slower than using outward vehicles. But this track is really good for inside drifting bikes so that you can just take all the tight turns. And you just get, like, free MTs. You don't have to go in the middle of the road, and these cars are really terrible. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is kind of the cycle that you don't want, because there's so many cars in the way, which means that if you make one little mistake, you will get hit and lose like 2 seconds. And sadly, I'll let you all in on a little secret. If you're wanting to dodge a blue shell, well, not really dodge a blue shell, but if you want to take less damage from it, you have to hit the car like right before the blue hits you, or else the blue will essentially hit the car, and you just get blued anyway, which is really unfortunate. So now you may notice that this is also a no items run, so that I can focus more on the driving. That's also one thing that people don't really see in Mario Kart, because people were, like the lightning, the blue shell, rotating greens, reds, things like that. But me, I like playing this game without items. Luna can definitely vouch.
Yep, can vouch.
Alrighty. So we are done with the Shell Cup, and now we are coming up into probably my favorite cup of the entire game. And I'm now going to put my commentary on the spot as to why I love this track in particular.
Oh my god, because this is a really hard bagging track. There's usually a set right in front of the line that everyone stops. But because it's a baby track, Peas loves to run this.
And 8 times out of 10, I will get a top spot here. Actually, take that back, 7 times out of 10.
Yep, can vouch for that too.
But yeah, so you might remember this from Mario Kart Double Dash. This was one of the hardest courses in Double Dash in particular, in the Mushroom Cup. I believe, yeah, this was the last track in the Mushroom Cup. And unfortunately, they removed the Piranha Plant in the middle. But I mean, it kind of makes the track a little bit more easier to drive and slightly more enjoyable. But in the case of 8 Deluxe, there's a big straightaway, and you can actually get 2 tricks there. But you just have to get really lucky. So here, this is one reason why this track is like super good for babies. You literally just snake right there. And then here, we're gonna skip these coins. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot something else very important. I did mention coins at the beginning. Basically, if you collect, oh, that's unfortunate. So if you collect 10 coins, you're gonna reach basically your max speed. But here, because I hit that pokey, I'm not going to get those coins because I'm going to lose a little bit of time. 7 to 10 coins is okay. It's typically you want at least 9 to 10, but here, because the coins also regenerate every lap or every few seconds, you should be able to just get them for free. Actually, here I'm going to get those coins anyway. We're going to try something here. Counter hop into a trick. Nice. Yeah, so that's one of the more difficult baby strats that the world record goes for. So that is also possible for all characters. I definitely recommend going for it. All you do is just 3 neutral hops where you just press the R or ZR button. I use R, funnily enough. I think I'm like one of the only people in this community who uses the R button to trick and drift and all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure you are, honestly.
I used to be a ZR enjoyer, but one day I was like, let's just use the R button, because why not? So.
Yeah.
All right, and that's Dry Dry. All righty. So the next track happens to be my favorite track of the entire game. And when I was 14, when Mario Kart 8 released, I popped off when this track was revealed, and that is Donut Plains 3. So now, I will actually explain why this track is broken for babies. Actually, no. This trick right here, after this, will speak for itself. So first what we're going to do is do a little mini tour up there, get an SMT, go under the water, and we're just going to make this little cut right around here and get an SMT for free. That was a good NISC. So there you go. You save so much time by going around. Now, heavyweights can do this NISC, but it's much slower to do it under the water because it's harder for them to get the SMT. You might as well just like do it from the top. So, but for lightweights, it's so much easier to just go underwater and then just get that SMT for free. So that's one of the reasons why I picked this track in competitive when I went first, because 8 times out of 10 I will get a free run. Because either people will go for the higher NISC and mess it up, or I just simply outline them under the water and then I just get a free run, barring Shock and Blue. So now the one reason why I don't have like a busted time on this track is because of the Monty Mole section, which can be a pace lock if you're on a really good pace and you don't know like how to deal with it. And I personally think it's just easier to just go for this because it's consistent, and consistency is very important in Mario Kart in general. So yeah. Now I'm gonna do something a little cheeky towards the end here. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see if I can get this. Close enough. That mole kind of messed up my my alignment there, but that's okay. We saved just a teeny tiny bit of time.
Teeny tiny bit.
Yeah. All right. So now that we're done with basically almost half of the run, if there's like any announcements or donations, now is definitely a good time because I need to rest my mouth for a bit.
Sure. I mean, I just want to make sure that everyone knows all the money being raised is going to the Urban Arts. It serves students grades 6 through 12 using game design as a vehicle to teach core learning skills. So these kids are getting things like creative skills, academic skills, college career readiness, and soft skills. But obviously that money going toward that great cause. You can also put your money towards possible prizes. So if you are donating $15 or more, a minimum of $15, you can be put in to win an SM64 game signed by Pace Runners. If you donate $25 or more, you can be put into a raffle to get a Nintendo Switch. And if you go ahead, if you donate in one single donation $100 or more, you can get a personalized rap freestyle video by Simply. So it's all this money is going towards an absolutely amazing cause, and you have a chance for some prizes, and we also get to support amazing runners like Peas. So definitely get that money in, guys. And thank you so much for watching.
Definitely 100%. 100%. Get those donations in. You're benefiting a really good cause. But in any case, now, let's see. There's nothing much to really talk about on Royal Raceway either, other than, you know, there's a NISC. I can just spam MTs for free. Luna, how about we mention a little bit of lounge, shall we?
Oh boy, lounge. So if you're wanting to get into competitive Mario Kart, lounge is the perfect place, but it's really infuriating for me. I can say that, but you can get most of the skills that you would be able to learn in time trials in competitive. And what was I trying to say? But I totally forgot.
No, you're good. You're good. Everything she said is true, and I'm going to add on to that. A lot of the speedrunners, well, actually, a lot of the top records on the leaderboards, they're either really good players in the competitive community or they're just straight up like just good in general, but that's okay. So this track is one of the worst tracks for lightweights because of the beginning. But here we're going to do something called a super bounce, where I'm going to release my MT right before, basically bouncing physics, as I like to call it, and just basically get a boost of speed as opposed to, you know, tricking and things like that. Because, you know, like I said, it resets your speed. And that right there, I did something called a low glider, where I just tap the R button right as I get off the glider, and I just get lower air. Now I'm going to do something a little cheeky here. Let's see if we can get this. Counter hop, and there we go. So we're gonna skip that glider right there for lightweights because it's a straightaway, so I can just snake for free, and it sets up nicely for the UMT. So it saves just a little bit of time, but it's not enough to be faster than the world record, which is held by my thumb slipped there, which is held by a heavyweight character. So I'm surprised I got that. We're gonna go Y so I don't hit the T key. My DK knowledge is kind of rusty, so I'm pretty sure that's a Tiki.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Tiki too.
Yeah, like the last DK game I played was literally like Country Returns, but I never beat the game because I got bored of it. Sorry. But in any case, same thing here. Yeah, fun fact, I actually learned this like literally before I traveled out here. So, missed that little MT there, but that's okay. And I was like, I feel like this is going to be hard, but no, it's kind of easy. But I would not recommend doing this for heavyweights because they don't snake. I mean, in some cases they do, but there you just take the glider, and that is awesome. That is a can we give a special shout out to Nintendo for not letting me trick right there?
Yep, Nintendo moment.
Anyway, so after this track, we're gonna come up to basically my least favorite track of the entire game. But for now, we can just enjoy the lovely DK jungle, like the rest of it, before I have to quote-unquote suffer on basically the most overrated track in this game, but also one of the most popular tracks to time trial if you're really wanting to learn how to run a track in first place. So, and that track happens to be from Mario Kart DS, and its counterpart is in the DLC, and that is Wario Stadium. Luna, would you like to explain why I dislike this track greatly?
It is a really bad track for babies because if you start in first and those item boxes that you would usually be there, you will get bumped out 9 out of the 10 times. It is really bad for babies. Yep.
Now here, I'm going to try drifting off of here, and then this little ramp stride is actually important. Okay, that was a mid one. So yeah, basically, it's kind of hard to explain the inputs. So you do 3 little counter hops, and then you do a little soft drift. And what soft drifting is, that's actually what I'm doing right here. You're basically angling your stick in a 45-degree angle, or basically like up right or up left, as I like to understand it in simpler terms. And your drifts come out slightly faster than doing a hard left or a hard right. Oh, thanks. Me? Question mark? That's okay. we recovered that one just a little bit easily there, so that's not bad. Loses just a little bit of time, but it's okay. So same deal here. Now I'm going to do what I like to do on this. Oh, I'm not going to get it here. That's okay. What I was trying to do was actually charge a UMT off of both ramps. But because I've actually had to learn the other ramp strat, I guess you could say I kind of unlearned my other one, but I used to be able to switch between both ramp strats, but it's okay. I'll try it again lap 3. Now we're going to do a different glider setup here. And then, now this first turn right here, Road Record actually gets the UMT here, but for babies it's a lot easier to get these first couple of turns down. So there we go, that's nice. Now drift off of this here. All right, let's see if we can get this UMT here. Go a little wide. Oh, we're not going to get it. I mean, I would have gotten it, but I would have landed in the dirt and lost like years. So better late than never to just bail out there, which is okay. All right, so we're just gonna do this little ending, and we're gonna be done with Wario Stadium very shortly. Now another thing to add is that this track is super technical for literally any character that you play as. Thankfully, I was able to dump some time into it, even though I despise this track and like one other, but it's in the Nitro tracks. Thankfully, we don't have to play it, and it's Electrodrome, by the way. I don't like that track either.
I got used to it, honestly.
Yeah, it's still really annoying to drive online, but it's mid-tier. Now, this track is one of my favorites, and okay, there we go. We did not burn out. So here, Sherbert Land. I don't know how I want to introduce this, because when I think of this land, when I think of this track, I just think of one of our friends in the Mario Kart community who has I forget. I think Lucky was second worldwide on this track at 200, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure I know he has American record, if I remember correctly. I don't know anything else though.
Yeah, I know he has U.S. record on this in 150, which is really funny. But yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to explain this clip, and you might have to dig on Twitter.com to find it. But anyway, so one day he was actually time trialing this, and being the funny guy he is, he's using, now the world record combo for 200 is Rosalina Streetle. He was using Link, and because he was failing his runs, he just kept going, It was really funny.
It was really funny.
Oh, man. You had to be there, though. That's the thing.
You had to be there, unfortunately.
Can I interrupt really quick?
Go for it.
Go for it.
We have a donation from Just Nintendo for $25.
Let's
Says,
go.
Hi, sir. PeasSMB and Luna, I have money now. Good luck for the run.
Oh.
And on that note, even though things aren't dope, I'll drop out and chill. DJ Goobin out. Thank you so much.
He actually dropped the DJ Goobin. Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Let's go, Justin. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I didn't even get to talk about Justin. So, believe it or not, Justin Tendo was the one person who actually got me into competitive Mario Kart, because we would usually just play this game, in our free time, just grinding the online and stuff. And one day he just decided, you'd be kind of pretty good at competitive, and I just followed along, and it was kind of a rough beginning for me. And believe it or not, that's also how I met Luna, through the competitive community.
Yep.
So we're gonna save those shoutouts for later. I just wanted to give you a little spoiler. Well, speaking of Luna,
Hey, it's my favorite track.
yeah, and also like one of my top 3 best runners. I would say this is like my 3rd best runner. Second being Neo Bowser City. Believe it or not, my top 3 best running tracks are all baby tracks. So.
Of course.
Yeah. Now this track is also the most technical out of the. Well, actually no, this is the second most technical out of the 3. Because you can run this with heavyweights, but very shortly you're going to see why this track is really good for lightweights, and that was a pretty good super bounce. And I'm going to get the cycle here as well, so nice, really cool. Now what we're going to do is delay trick here, and get those coins, and then get this little super bounce right here. All right, there we go. That one can be a little bit difficult to set up. If you release your main turbo a little too early, you will fall off the track, and it's very rage-inducing, especially if you're running in first and you're so close to getting to the finish line. You're getting like a really good race, and then you just get like 5th because you fell off the track at the end. That's totally not happened to me, like, more than once.
Totally hasn't happened to me before, too.
All right, so this super bounce is also really weird to pull off with heavies. You can still do it with heavies, but it's a little bit more difficult. All right, now we have those 10 coins. Now we're just going to. This is a really good music, because how I know is that when the music notes bounce again, you'd be on around 157 pace shroomless, if I'm not mistaken. Because currently I have a 156.6 shroomless with Baby Peach, actually. Now, believe it or not, Baby Peach and Baby Daisy share the same stats. I just use Baby Daisy because cosmetics, and I kind of like her sound effects like a lot more than Baby Peach. I mean, Baby Peach is really cute as well, but I just feel like Baby Daisy just suits me just a little bit more in terms of the playstyle.
It's also the reason why Rosalina and Link have the same stats. That's why we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, it all comes down to personal preference. And also King Boo shares the same stats as as Rosalina and Link. So
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Yeah. Good call. All right, so now we're coming up to, I forgot to mention, this is also a Grand Prix of baby tracks. So the last one will be Tick-Tock Clock after Yoshi Valley. Now this one you might be like, why is this world record held by the baby characters? Well, first and foremost, what we're going to do is go around and get these coins. I'm going to show off something a little cool. Double trick there. Saves a little bit of time if you do it fast. I just like to do it because, you can trick twice off of that for some stupid reason. Ask Nintendo, not me. So what we're going to do, we're just going to snake here, get these little coins here. And, oh, we did not miss that one. Nice. We should be at 10 coins around here? Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so this is where I'm going to go a little bit wide because the egg cycle is a little cringe. And you want to know something funny? So my map is off. And if you remember from Mario Kart 64, if you ever played Yoshi Valley in that game, I'm pretty sure everyone who's played Mario Kart 64 has. The map was not only useless. Well, actually, I take that back. The map was the most useful thing that you could have. But you didn't know which place you were in general. Like, I get why they did that, but it was really annoying to figure out which place you were. And that made Yoshi Valley like one of the most unenjoyable tracks in MK64, in my honest opinion. But even then, there's a really cool shortcut that they kind of removed in this game, but it makes sense. In 200cc, there's actually a Nisk that you can do, which is actually the shroom cut. It's actually right here, not this ramp, but if you cut around the tree branch right there in the grass, that's actually how you do the Nisk. But unfortunately, that's only possible in 200cc, and we're playing the slightly slower mode. So anyway,
Unfortunate at best.
Very unfortunate at best. All right. So, I guess one thing you mentioned about this track is that this is like a very basic, I like to call it ABC track. Like it's very easy to run and also very easy to bag as well. And confidentially, people tend to use the lightning. And, oh, actually before that, if you throw the blue shell and you throw it like at a certain part of the track, this is like one of the only tracks in the game where the blue shell can actually poof if you completely miss the cycle. Also, there's Wendy, my favorite Koopaling.
Me too. No way.
No way. Oh, she got last, though. That's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
All right. So now we are coming up to the final 4 tracks. This is going by pretty fast.
Dang.
Because, like, in practice, it just felt like years. But now, like, in this run, it just feels like I'm just going through it relatively quickly, which is really good. So.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So this is probably one of the more difficult baby tracks to run because that beginning there, you can't get bumped off. And here is also a very bumping-friendly track. But in any case, so this is probably like, actually, aside from Donut Plains 3, this might be the other most technical track that I can show off in this run here. But I'm gonna do like the easy way because I like consistency and I don't care about time right now. So here we're gonna go a little bit wide. And nice. Feel free to clap because that's actually kind of hard to get. At least at a decent level. So because I got that, on lap 3, if I drive lap 2 well, I get something that's called guaranteed hands, where I get to go to the ending part for free, essentially. Yeah. So here, this is the baby strat, and then what I'm gonna do is, I missed that trick. That's unfortunate. Missed that one too. What I was gonna do was actually drift off of the little ramp there. Just saves a little bit of time. Here we don't want to go on those hands because it's really difficult to set up. That's only if you have like astounding, like, you know, broken hands driving essentially. So here we're gonna take the right part here because that's faster. We're looking pretty good so far. Let me go wide here. And then just release this range over here, do a little hop low trick there. And, okay, I'm going to barely get hands here at that point. Going to focus just a teeny tiny bit. Get this little disc right here. Go wide. Come on, we got it. All right, there we go. Nice. Get on top of here. Thanks, game. Very cool. That was supposed to be a trick, but the game just said, nope. You've had your glory for this once. I'll take it away from you again. Anyway, so now that slate track is gone, next up we have Piranha Plant Slide. And this is actually another track that is actually really good for inside drifting bikes. I forgot to mention this. Moo Moo Meadows is also really good for the inward bikes for that same reason. The turns are really tight, and you don't really have to worry about, you know, committing to many outward drifts here. So any middle path enjoyers?
Me.
So I'm going to do my best to do the middle path all 3 laps. Lap 3 is the hardest one because the Piranha Plant is like literally right there, right as you try to take it. And for some reason, I did not let go of my drift. So thank goodness brake drifting is possible in this game. You can, if you're like, I would say it's really good for 200 because if you don't understand like how to drift and things like that, it's really good to just, you know, like slow down a little bit, just make sure to get that turn. And that glider, that one is a don't try this at home, kids. It saves a little bit of time if you're like running, but I wouldn't recommend doing it if you're trying to get an item set or if you're not in first. You're better off just tricking it than just taking the shroom cut should you pull a shroom. All right. So good middle path there, lap 2. Lap 3 is, like I said, that's where the plant can be really bullish. So, okay. Thought I was going to have some little geometry there where I just completely fall off the track, which has happened because this game has very weird collision at times. All right. So we're gonna do the same glider again. This is actually something called a motion glider. Of course, my motion is off, but suppose that, you know, you were actually doing this, you would turn on motion controls and then angle your controller in such a way. If you angle it in the same direction as where you're putting it, come on. Oh, let's go. We got it. Nice.
Let's go.
Middle path. Let's go. Anyway, so if you angle your stick and point your controller in the direction of which you're angling the stick, you basically get double speed in the air, and that's really broken for gliders. You wouldn't really use motion to drift because the turns become very imprecise, which can be very annoying. Now, of course, the only track where you would really want to use motion glider on is on Mario Kart Stadium, but unfortunately, I will not have time to show that off. So, and we are basically done with Prime Flight Slide, and we have 2 more tracks for the run.
That went by really fast, honestly.
Yeah, it really did. All right. So the next one is kind of one of my favorite jokes in the entire community, and people, every time they see me, they make this joke. So. I guess I'll make it. If I mess up here, I will drop my Switch down the volcano.
Oh boy, here we go.
So basically, the context behind that is one of the best players in the community. We were basically doing a birthday friend room for a friend of ours, and he basically got a track that he didn't like, so he said, "Oops! If this track is picked, I will drop my Switch down the volcano." But funny enough, the track actually did get picked. Now, did he actually drop his Switch down the volcano? No.
Definitely not.
No.
I don't even know where a volcano could be that he could drop it down.
True, actually. I kind of don't want to know either.
No.
Actually, you know what? Last night I was watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we were watching the Boiling Rock episode. I'm pretty sure a lot of you people remember that episode, basically where Sokka and Zuko try to rescue the war prisoners, and it's located in a volcano, and I would not want to drop my Switch down there.
Oh my god.
All right. So, whoa, okay.
That was close.
What I was trying to do was get an SMT, and I was so focused on telling the. Okay, well, I guess my Switch is going down the volcano.
I guess so.
So I guess that brings up another thing that we can talk about in this, I guess in my community. And whenever something funny happens, we usually call it either a Peas moment or I get blamed for it.
Yep. Gotta blame Peas for that one, honestly.
Yep. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I should be able to get the SMT glider here. I really don't care if this Grumble Volcano was not the greatest. I'm only enjoy.
Only enjoy.
There we go. Yeah. All right, so there's actually something at the very end that I am not going to go for because it's very difficult. Like, super duper difficult.
And you'll lose a lot of time if you mess it up. So.
Yeah, so no thanks. Not right now.
No thanks.
All right, well, time to do this. Goodbye. That's actually faster, by the way, to let Baby Daisy fall in there. And there's actually one thing that we did not get. I did not even show this off. So there's something called, you know what? I think I'll try and do it on one of the ramps here on N64 Rainbow Road. So this is the last track of the run, and so. To put it in perspective, the best player in this entire game goes by the name of Kusan. He also has the world record in 40, well, I don't remember 48 tracks, but he has it in basically a lot of this game. So, well, I'll show it off and then I'll just name it. It's really funny. So let me get a trick here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Something like that. So that's something called a Kusan slide.
Oh my god.
Basically, what it is, whenever you trick, just as you land off of a trick, you charge a mini turbo, and you do it just enough to where you can actually, like, you don't let it charge up. You basically just like release it like right before it's charging. If that makes sense. It's really complicated to explain. That's why we just call it like the Kusan slide. Like whenever that happens, you save like 0.2 and you just slide. That's literally it.
you just go wee.
Pretty much, exactly. You just go wee. All right. So we are almost done, and time is going to be when I cross the goal here. So we're going to do something a little cheeky here. Get 2 SMTs. Then what we're going to do is get this. And time is going to be right about now. All right. That may or may not be a PB, actually. I want to say it's a PB. Because I'm pretty sure I sub 36 at like a sub 37 at a marathon before, but I don't remember what my PB actually is. But you know what? For the sake of context, marathon PB. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game is really, the speedrunning is, I would say it's a little bit underlooked, at least at 150. If you were to like, get into the game in particular, you would see like 200cc because you go fast, but it's also more difficult. But if you really want to, get a grasp on speedrunning at least in this game, I definitely recommend 8 Deluxe and the retro tracks in particular. Now, of course, this also gives me a perfect time to plug a couple of things. One, if you have not purchased the booster pass, which is basically $25 off of a Switch, Nintendo Switch Online subscription, definitely do so because you basically get 48 more tracks. That's almost like a brand new game within a game. So those are expected to be done releasing by the end of 2023. So Nintendo still has interest in this game. So. Definitely get into that. And also, the next time that you'll see me run this game will be at AGDQ 2023 online, where I'll be showcasing the first 2 waves. And if there's time, I'll be able to show off wave 3 because we're going to be getting 8 more tracks before the end of this year. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. So, let's see. Anything else? Let's actually get to the to the results thing. So this is where I guess I'll do my shout-outs here because now that this run is over. So of course, shout-outs to the Mario Kart community for basically inspiring me to pick up a game that's not Monkey Ball or Sonic really, because those are the games that I really enjoy playing the most. I've always enjoyed playing Mario Kart as a kid, and I felt like I could, try something new, and that's what this game basically did for me back in 2021. So. And to really be able to play this in person, like that's my first ever in-person appearance, that's kind of huge, not going to lie. That is kind of huge. So shout out to y'all for basically giving me this opportunity to basically be here and, just be like awesome, I guess. Y'all are awesome. So, of course, earlier Justin Tendo donated, and he was the one who actually got me into this, so shout out to you, Justin. DJ Gubin. DJ Gubin. Let's see. Any others? Now, of course, I will be running Banana Blitz HD tomorrow night. So I'm basically not done yet in terms of, appearances. And, of course, shout outs to my commentator back there. She did a really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, and, of course, my mother is actually right there as well. So stand up if you want. You can stand up. Like, you're literally the reason why I'm here, and like you inspired me to just keep on going and keep pushing myself. So yeah. Alrighty, so I think that's that. Yeah. Oh no, that's not it. Got a plug. So for those who do not really know me, feel free to follow, or not follow me. Feel free to follow me on Twitch, which is PeasSMB. My Twitter handle is also the same. My YouTube is just Peas09, but I never really upload on there. I just do that for like the VODs and things like that. But yeah, Luna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch at LunaKH, 3 A's. Twitter, it's the same thing, but it's Luna Rose, 3 A's, 2 E's. That's about it.
Yeah. So with that said, I'm going to. The timer's still going. So with that said, I'm going to hop off and basically send it off to the next runner. Thank you, Pace, for allowing me to showcase the first of my 2 runs. Again, I'll be back here tomorrow night around 10 p.m. and I'll be showcasing my main speed game, which is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. So yeah, I hope everyone has a really good day and take care of yourselves. Have a good one and get those donations in.
True.